practice again for Fernandez.
Triple left hook.
Yep.
Jose Fernandez is the BYB Super Middleweight Champion.
Dominant performance. Never really let Al Burns get back into the fight. We usually see him get back into the fight.
My name is Jose Fernandez. I'm fighting out of Miami, Florida, better known as Westchester. I'm a professional bare knuckle fighter, super middleweight champion of the world, 3-0 with 3 knockouts. So I'm fighting Sam Liera, BYB 19, August the 10th. It's gonna be in the Charles Dodge Center, located in Pembroke Pines. It's a great feeling representing Miami. There's so much history there. The Cuban culture's always been in my life. The Cuban coffee, the little colada in the morning is something we can never miss, you know. Jose Canseco actually used to live on the same street, you know, down the street from me. The Cuban everything here, especially in Westchester's got loaded with Cubans over there, so it's a nice vibe for us over there. And my upbringing was rough. My father went to jail at a very early age for me, so he went to jail for doing some bad things. He was part of the Cuban crime wave that came over here in the late 80s, you know, El Marielito is what it's called. When Castro started flooding a lot of these criminals and people over here, he was part of that wave. So I was basically raised by my mom and my grandmother were the two that kind of, you know, took care of me. My grandmother worked 3 jobs just to get the little house she's in now. Did whatever to make sure we had a roof over our head. Every time I screwed up bad enough, I always had to run back there with my tail in between my legs. And it's the only person that's ever really kept the door open. They try to do what they can, but once you grow up, and my mom has been with abusive guys. I was, you know, beat up a couple times and stuff like that, which is, you know, when I was at that age, it happened around the same age I started. I ran to the toughest guys in the gym. I ran to where I can never feel that vulnerable again, you know, and through all the low points in my life, my grandmother's always been like, before I go, I need to see you happy. So I'm just making up for lost time. You know, and everything that this has brought me, you know, I didn't get this kind of treatment or attention, not even from my own family, you know, so it's just, it's nice to have people proud of me. Excuse me. I try not to talk about that too much, but yeah.
I've known Jose since the amateur days. Don't ask me how many years, but you know, that one specific backyard, even that all those fights were filmed at, how like anybody could look at it now and say, oh, I know that place. You know, it's wild that it blew up the way it did. And when Jose decided to just, you know, go pedal to the metal with this thing, I was there with him 100%. We're not here to take part, we're here to take over, but that's what we're here to do. So yeah, we're just trying to be the top dogs right now.
We're like the pioneers of backyard fighting. So I'm excited. It's special because we're gonna unify this title on top of the fact that it's been longly anticipated. Sam and I face off. Last year I was supposed to fight him around August 26th. And then I had the injury. I basically tore almost 3 muscles in the rotator cuff. I tore my supraspinatus completely off, my infraspinatus, my labrum posteriorly. It was a blow to me, my team. I had the surgery exactly on September 20th last year, and I was green lighted to, I think it was April that I got cleared. The fact that we were so looking forward to this fight, you know, not just myself, but Sam, it's a hard mental battle that I had to deal with. And he's been busy, he's been active. So in the long run, really, he has the better record. He's 5-0 now. He's been staying active. He's been having all this time to get more experience and train. He's also had some tough fights. His last fight with Laurent Smash T. Nelson was a great fight. It was a war, you know, you always pull out learning from fights like that. Like I said, I'm ready to lay it out all on the line. And to have a victory over an individual like that it's gonna put me on a whole nother level.
Coming into this fight is the most prepared I've ever seen him. You know, anything could happen in this sport. All it takes is one punch. So our approach this fight was, because it's a 7-round fight, you'd want it to be as realistic as possible. So we do some of those rounds that are like max effort, and then we focus on the recovery. You've got 1 minute to recover, and that would simulate maybe like a very hard competitive round. And then you get back in the corner and you're just trained to reset. We've been doing our homework. He's not getting tired for this fight. He's gonna be relentless. And if Sam is counting on maybe him wearing down later in the fight, he's gonna be disappointed.
He'd be a fool not to respect me. I know he believes he's gonna take me apart, but this fight's mine. I won't let it slip through my fingers. I can't. I refuse to lose. When you have an individual who has the drive, everything that I've got inside that I need to let out in these special fights, there's no way I could lose. The only person that's gonna beat me is myself.